Ever notice how someone else's fart is immediate grounds for evacuation, but your own, it's almost comforting? Like a weirdly personalized cologne from your butt. It's disgusting. It's hilarious. It's science. So why do farts smell so bad? And why are we sometimes a little too proud of them? Let's get one thing out of the way. Farting isn't optional. It's not some bonus side quest your body can choose to ignore. Whether you're a CEO, a monk, or a house cat lounging on a windowsill, everyone farts. The average person lets one rip between 10 to 20 times a day. Multiply that by the global population, and you've got about 70 billion daily farts. That's more than enough butt air to power a city. If anyone ever figures out how to plug a power grid into a collective stink cloud. But the weirdest part, your own gas doesn't offend you nearly as much as it should. It's like your body sends out a stinky email and your nose reads it like, not bad, smells familiar. And that's not just a weird quirk, it's biological. It's not just tolerance, it's full-on nostril favoritism. The stink is still there, but your brain runs it through a, yeah, that's mine filter. It's like recognizing your own handwriting in a cloud of graffiti. Your nose plays favorites like a mom pretending not to, but secretly loving your older siblings' lasagna more. Biologically, your body low-key flexes on itself. Like, yep, that's premium, locally sourced butt air. In blind smell tests, yes, those exist, and some scientists chose this path, people consistently rated their own farts as less offensive than those of strangers. And it's not just bias, it's neuroscience. See, every human has a unique cocktail of gut microbes. These little gas chefs break down what you eat and release signature gases. Think of it like your gut's version of a Spotify playlist, only it's air biscuits instead of music. And like any good playlist, it's curated by your body. For your body. Your nose knows the track so well it barely flinches at the drop. It's like the fart version of, oh yeah, this one slaps. The more you hear it, the more normal it feels, even if it should probably come with a warning label. Since your nose is used to that playlist, it's less likely to recoil. The sciencey term, olfactory adaptation. The more familiar a smell, the less offensive it becomes. It's like your scent memory has VIP access to the stink club, other people's farts, denied at the door. But don't let your ego inflate just yet. That same brand loyalty to your own backside has an evolutionary edge. It helps humans manage hygiene and personal health. If you hated your own stink, you'd constantly be repulsed by your body, kind of unproductive for surviving. Imagine getting grossed out every time your digestive system clocked in for work. Talk about a hostile work environment. Instead, your brain saves that disgust response for other people's emissions. Their gas, foreign microbes, possible disease, danger. Your nose basically goes full airport security mode. This doesn't match the registered scent profile. Might be a biohazard. That gag reflex? It's ancient tech built to protect you from sniffing your way into illness. It's like having a fart-based friend or foe detection system baked into your DNA. And when that sensor goes off, it doesn't whisper, it screams. In fact, farts can spread certain diseases, albeit under some unfortunate conditions. In some documented cases, Streptococcus pyogenes, the bacteria behind tonsillitis, scarlet fever, and even flesh-eating disease, was expelled via airborne fecal particles. Yeah, poop particles, flying through the air. Gross, yes, but back when people wore fewer clothes, that was a serious issue. Today, your underwear acts like the final boss guarding the gates of dignity. But even with that protection, the idea of breathing in a stranger's fart is still disgusting because it should be. Which brings us to the eternal paradox. Why do we laugh at something so gross? There are two things humanity has never stopped doing since the Bronze Age: cooking food and making fart jokes. Turns out it's not just because we're all secretly 12, there's real psychology behind the giggles. One theory is called incongruity theory. We laugh when our expectations are violated in a weird or surprising way. Like imagine a T-Rex head on a seahorse body. Or your grandma crop dusting the family reunion. It's so wildly out of place, the brain short circuits and you laugh. It's that mental whiplash between "this should not be happening" and "but it just did." The more absurd the mismatch, the louder the laugh. It's like comedy's way of throwing your brain a curveball and watching it trip over its own feet. Farts hit this sweet spot perfectly. Juvenile, sudden, and always a little too loud for comfort. It's bodily betrayal with a punchline, and since most people pretend to be prim and proper, when a fart slips through, it's social chaos in the funniest way. Basically, it's your brain going, "Was that thunder? Nope, just Aunt Marge." There's also the fact that laughing is social. It signals, hey, we're all in this uncomfortable moment together. When someone rips one and the room breaks into laughter, it's not just because it smells bad, it's because everyone's awkwardness just synced like Bluetooth shame. But not everyone finds farts funny or tolerable. Reactions to stink vary based on culture, age, gender, and personality. People who are more anxious or socially conservative, way more sensitive to smell. More adventurous types, usually chill about it, some even enjoy the chaos. And then there's the shower fart. You know the one. You're standing in a nice hot waterfall of peace, and suddenly ambushed by your own behind. It hits harder, stronger. It lingers like a bad breakup. Why is it so much worse in the shower? Science, baby. First, enclosed space, no escape. The fart is trapped with you and you with it. Second, humidity. When the air's full of water vapor, your sense of smell gets turbocharged. In a study where researchers tweaked the humidity in a room, people could smell fainter scents much more easily when it was humid. Water vapor might help smell molecules bind to your nose receptors, or it could just help the air carry more stink. Either way, your nostrils are doing overtime in that steam room of doom, and there's no clothing barrier. Naked equals no fart filter, just pure uncut funk straight to your nose. Even more bizarre, some animals fart for survival reasons. Coral snakes use farts to scare off predators. Manatees use them like ballast tanks to float. Beaded lacewings, weaponized death farts that paralyze termites. Seriously, there are bugs out there losing battles to flatulence. Nature really said, who needs claws when you've got catastrophic gas? These aren't just defense mechanisms, they're biological sound effects with consequences. It's like Mother Nature handed out superpowers and some species got gas blast instead of invisibility. The manatee basically toots its way to perfect buoyancy, underwater fart foo. And those termites? They're living in a chemical warfare zone every day. Forget predator versus prey, it's predator versus pressure buildup. And those termites, they fart so much they're believed to contribute to global greenhouse gas emissions. Imagine being responsible for climate change just because your dinner didn't agree with you. But let's circle back. If farts are natural microbial masterpieces, why do people feel ashamed of them in the first place? Turns out the line between shame and pride is surprisingly thin. The reason for shame is usually social. You don't want to be seen or smelled as gross. But the pride? That's something deeper. Some psychologists think it's because farts are proof your body's working. You're digesting, you're alive, you're functional. And when a fart has that extra kick, there's a part of the brain, the anterior cingulate cortex, that reacts to the surprise, the impact. If the fart was your doing, your brain anticipates it and approves. That same anticipation helps regulate your disgust level. If someone else blindsides you with a stink bomb, the shock factor cranks it to 11. It's the same principle as singing along to a song you love versus being forced to listen to music you hate. One is familiar joy. The other is involuntary torture. Even Martin Luther, the religious reformer, was known to use his flatulence as spiritual warfare. He reportedly declared that he could chase away the devil himself with a well-timed blast from the behind. That's confidence, that's holy gas. So what does all this mean? It means farts are more than just punchlines. They're windows into microbiomes, mood, metabolism, and even cultural identity. They tell stories, sometimes loudly, and they connect us in weird, hilarious, and surprisingly personal ways. So next time you accidentally let one fly and feel a wave of shame, just remember, your body created a custom chemical signature, launched it into the world like a scented resume, and your brain went, Nice. And if that's not worth a little pride, what is? Stick around for more weird science that hits you right in the nose, figuratively. Unless you're in the shower, then, yeah, literally. That's gonna cost you one subscribe. Toodles.